living like the winner do.
See me with the crew, had to get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move. Still I gotta grow in a Jimmy Choo. Break the rules, no you're not a fool, but I'm in the mood.
What's up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, man. Black men, this is a talk that needs to be had. These are some things that really need to be said, man, and it don't get spoken on enough. Let's talk about how the drug dealers, the dope boys, the trappers, right? A lot of these guys are child predators, man. A lot of these guys are child predators, man. You feel me? And we gotta hold ourselves accountable for this and for allowing this to go on. You know what I'm saying? We know the women, due to the need to want to feel protected and taken care of, quite a few of them have protected predators in the past. You know what I'm saying? Predators are not just trappers, dope boys, scammers. You know what I'm saying? Scammers is a new thing. So we're gonna say dope boys, drug dealers. Of course, the child predators are not just them. But when we talking about in the hood and what's going on, a lot of these drug dealers we used to look up to and want to be just like, you know what I'm saying? These dudes was child predators, man. And when I mean child predators, I don't mean little 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old little kids and they end up around them. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about statutory grape, and I'm putting the G there for the sake of YouTube, but I'm talking about statutory grape. Statutory grape, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm a 90s kid, and before I build up to the wildest thing I ever seen in my own building by known drug dealers, before I build up to that, I just want to state, we in a cycle of abandoned kids, lonely women, single mothers. Some of these single mothers chose to have babies of older men, right? Men who are way too old to admit they are the fathers of these young girls' children. And they either go to jail, they get murdered, or they flat out not claiming these kids because they know how it will look. They know what the optics is gonna look like, you know what I'm saying? Let's not act like, because I'm a 90s kid. And even before that, let's not act like a lot of these drug dealers wasn't pulling up the high schools, right? Way older than 18, pulling up in they nice little Lexuses, they nice little cars or whatever, right? And picking up young girls, you know what I'm saying? Taking the prettiest girls in school away from the boys that's they age, who probably would have treated them better, you know what I'm saying? Just because women like shiny things. Just because a younger woman is not gonna understand until she bumps her head severely that everything that glitters ain't gold, you know what I'm saying? We have to call out these people, you feel me? We at least gotta speak on it. Those of us who have daughters, you gotta let your daughters know what's going on, man. We know that we have women in our family who they don't even speak about the stat grape aspect of it, but they'll say, hey, listen, yeah, I was 15 and I was dealing with a man that was 25, 35, 45, you know what I'm saying? These women, sugar babies to these weird, manipulative dudes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, and now, these days, young girls could be 15, 16, 17, and they shape like women. But when we talking about the 90s and the 80s, right? When the food had less hormones and steroids in it, these women were slim, no breasts, looking like Ariana Grande, 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, man. And they only was real shapely like they are today on occasion. And what dudes was doing? Still pulling up the high schools, bagging them. Or you could be in the hood, right? These dudes sell drugs, they sell weed. You know what I'm saying? They may have sold crack or heroin to the mother of a young girl. And they've been watching that little girl grow up. Like, it's dudes who They watch these young girls their whole life from birth, and once they get about to an age that they feel like is right for them to present themselves, which is often before 18, they make they, you know what I'm saying? They run they play, and sometimes it don't work, but a lot of times it does, you feel me? And this helps perpetuate single motherhood. You know what I'm saying? These men already ain't worth nothing, right? They already ain't worth nothing. They already cancers to the community. And now look, now you got a young girl who might have had potential. She might have had a chance to grow up, not get trapped with a baby, and go to college at an HBCU somewhere and change her life around. But what happened? She got locked down by these nasty 90s dudes. And when I say 90s dudes, not the ones who grew up in the 90s as children, the ones who became men in the 90s, right? We gotta protect our women from them, okay? It's bad enough that men like myself, you know, I find myself being a womanizer. I find myself occasionally verbally disrespecting a woman. It's bad enough that we do that, because I'm not proud of that. But we also got like these predators, man. And like something has to be done. Something has to be done. You know what I mean? Like the wildest thing I ever seen, I'm going to take it back. I've mentioned maybe once or twice that being in the hood, in the Browns, me and Debonair, it's this area across the street from the Browns. It's called the Courtyard, right? It's on the corner of 161st Street and Park Avenue, I believe, right? There was these twin girls who I mentioned before, right? They was 304, super slides, like ducks. Me and Dad, we meet them one day. We bring them to the hood, right? We have our way with them, right? From that point on, they spent every day inside of the Browns, probably for like a year, and doing a whole lot of penetration and what's the word I'm looking for? Fellatio, just giving a whole lot of it. But here's the thing, let me tell you how it started. Me and Dad, we have the twins, mind you, we 15, 16 years old at this time. 15, 16 years old. We have our way with them, boom. So now after me and Deb have our way with them, we put them on, right? With Melly Mel, right? So now me, Melly Mel, right? Rich Green comes into the fold. Me, Melly Mel, Rich Green, Debonair, right? We running trains on these girls on the roof of the building. Running trains on them. Me and Rich Green, right? We sneaking into their houses. I mean, we sneaking into their crib through the fire escape. We blowing their buns off, blowing their cheeks off, right? They got like two beds. Like if you go to a hotel and there's two beds across from each other, I'm on one bed getting crazy on one. Rich Green is on the other bed. Mind you, we young. They our age, 15, 16. We bring them back to the hood. We on the roof one day, right? We dealing with them. Here come a couple older dudes from the block trying to get involved, right? Offering them money, offering them weed, drugs, all that. Before you know it, they in a whole bunch of different grown men's apartments just sliding off, getting crazy. And these dudes is, we 15, 16. These dudes is literally like 8 to 10 years older than us, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up around dudes that I looked up to, but in all due reality, they was child predators. And me being young and us being from the hood, we don't even realize how wrong this is. We just growing up in a shitstorm of dysfunction. And the wildest thing I ever seen, right? I'm going into one of these particular people's houses for whatever reason it was. I probably was buying some weed or something, right? And I open one of the room doors. I go into the room door, right? The two twins is in there. It's at least 4 to 6 older men. Had to be at least 25 to 30 years old. 25 to 30 years old. They getting buck wild with these chicks. You know what I'm saying? Buck wild with these chicks, bro. Buck wild. And I'm talking about butt naked. Butt naked. Like it's 4 dudes on 2 girls, front and back, and then there's 2 other rubbing on their meat, getting ready to go in next, right? So this is already like a bit erotic, like H erotic. If you know what the H word is, with man on man, erotic, it's already a hint of that. Plus, they literally stat graping these girls, 15, 16 years old, man. They chewed them up, spit them out, because they did what we always did with the girls in the hood. We use them up. They be wanting to stay around extra longer. Maybe they don't got no place to go. Maybe they need love. What we do? We just share them with a whole bunch of other dudes, and then once we get tired of them, we kick them out. As a young man growing up, I didn't even realize how wrong that was, you feel me? But these dudes is predators, man. And still, these drug dealers, right? Drug dealers, and I'm not talking about weed. I'm talking about hard drugs, right? Drugs given to us from people who we know hate us and wanted to infiltrate us and destroy us. I understand people was poor, so they choose to do what they wanted to do. But looking back at it, look how dysfunctional that was, man. Who knows where the twins is now, man? I assume they got different kids, different baby daddies, and they probably still doing what they was doing 15, 16 years ago, man. 15, 16 years ago, man. A lot of these dope boys, drug dealers, was child predators, man. Toxic.